Question, is retirement biblical? You know, in America, we have this crazy notion nowadays that when we hit our mid to late 60s, we think the kids are grown and off the payroll, our house will be paid for, and we'll have all this money piled up in our 401k to take care of us for the rest of our lives. Multiple problems with that, though. For one thing, when the kids are off the payroll, their spot in the budget is usually taken up by smaller kids called grandkids. And they're a whole lot more fun to have on the payroll, aren't they? What is that old saying? Grandchildren are God's reward for not killing your children? Yeah. Grandkids are a wonderful blessing, but they can be expensive too. Another problem with the retirement notion is that health care costs are rising exponentially, and people are living longer than they ever thought they would. The combination of these two things makes it incredibly difficult to live off a fixed income the rest of your life. But these are just practical problems with the idea of retirement. More importantly, what does the Bible say about it? Is retirement biblical? I know of only one place in the Bible, in Numbers 8, the Lord instructed that the Levites must begin serving in the tabernacle at age 25 and retire at age 50. After that, they could assist but not officially lead the service. But nowhere else in the Bible does it talk about retirement from work. There are, however, several examples of people in the Bible who had various roles in different stages of their lives. As we age and enter into our last season of life, that's the time to really put it all together. Whatever it is that God has blessed you with and prepared you for, He's given you the eyes to see the needs that other people may not see and the ideas of how to meet those needs. Hopefully you have the wisdom from the Lord that He's instilled in you through His Holy Spirit and through studying His Word. A few weeks ago we talked about the need to refire instead of retire. I think that point is worth saying again because this could be the most exciting and fruitful time in your life. Don't misunderstand, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with traveling or playing golf or cards or whatever it is you like to do. Nothing in the slightest. What I am saying is that the things of this world should not be your primary purpose for living. I'm reminded of a gentleman I knew several years ago who was working diligently with his goal of retiring and playing golf. All the time he was going to play golf. In one of our conversations, I said, well, you know you can't play golf every day, to which he responded, I can and I will. Well, about 6 months later, after he retired, our paths crossed again, and he was so excited. I said, what are you excited about? He says, I got a job. You got a job? He was working in a local golf shop. I said, well, what happened to your plan to play golf every day? And he looked at me and said, you can't play golf every day. I just smiled and congratulated him. He'd found a way to combine his interests with a purpose, and he was thriving doing that. Tragically, he died about 6 months later. Which brings me back to the first point yesterday. Life is short. Make every day count for eternity.